African farmers will definitely be part of the solution for feeding 9 billion people. And first, they're going to start by feeding their people in their own country. And the way to do that is to make sure that they have access to the latest and greatest tools. Seeds that are drought resistant, or a rice crop that is flood resistant, because the rains are coming at different times on the equator. Sometimes it's too little rain, sometimes it's too much. But when they have the right seeds and the right fertilizer, they can not only feed their own family and their own community, they can feed their own country, and then they can start to export crops. That will make a huge difference for not only their own countries, but for the world. The other thing that we see in African agriculture is that if you get all of the pieces working, the extension services, the hookups to market, the storage facilities, then the farmers can start to actually store crops so that during the hunger season, they're not having to sell crops on market when the price is low. They can actually go get cash for their crops when they need to, and then they can start to hook that into nutrition, not just feed their kids maize or rice, but they can also go and buy vegetables and buy other products at market that they can get then that balanced diet that they need.
One thing that's fantastic about increasing African agricultural productivity is this is something the whole world needs. We need more food as the population grows. And it's in Africa where we have the most unused land, and land whose productivity today is a fifth of that in the rich countries. By closing that gap, we serve two critical goals. We get these farmers to have more food, better nutrition, lifting them up in their country's economies as well. And the whole idea of will there be terrible food shortages around the world, that gets solved. Even when parts of Africa may have bad weather, instead of shipping it expensively and with long delays from far away, it'll be within Africa that food will arrive. So even with the population growth, even with whatever climate challenges we face, if we invest properly in the education and the seeds, we can actually get ahead of that and get African productivity up by 1.5 just within the next 15 years.
So technology is incredibly important in farming in Africa. We're seeing hundreds of millions of people these days with mobile phones in Africa. And what that means for a farmer is that they can know the crop price at market. So particularly for a woman, she might not be able to transport her crops to market. So today her only option is to sell them at her farm gate. But now she can decide she wants to hire transport because she knows it's worth it, because she knows the price that's sold at market. And she also knows when that middle person, that middleman, brings her back her cash from the bushel that she sold at market, that she's actually getting a fair price for it. What that does is it keeps the cash in the hands of the woman, and it means that she will invest that back into her family in health, food, and in education. That makes a huge difference.
Well, in farming, there's the pure technology of making a great seed. But as important to that is how we bring people together to help them learn about best practices. Getting these cooperatives to be effective at spreading information, getting the agricultural dealers to be higher quality, getting the governments to take their fertilizer subsidies and not just give those to the politically influential, but actually get them out broadly into the villages. We can have measurement tools that help out with these things. We can make sure that the farmers are far more empowered with information than ever before. And so slowly but surely, this productivity level can go up because their level of organization, their understanding of what might stand in the way, what are the diseases, what should they plant, when should they plant, they'll be a lot smarter. And in a way, that's technology.